babes, this is Ava here from Glow with Ava, and I am your person to talk about all the beauty devices to use at home. And today we are going to be talking about all things LED light therapy. Especially with COVID, we are relying a lot more on at-home beauty devices and getting quite fancy beyond just our jade rollers and Guasha. And I'm also in the process of creating my own at-home spa experience at the comfort of my own home. And along with all of this, LED light therapy has been getting all of its hype. But I want to tell you that not all LED is created equal, and that's what we're going to get into deep today. So in today's video, we are going to talk about, first of all, the basics of LED therapy. Second, who needs it? And third, if you do decide to purchase it, what to look for. Fourth, how exactly to use it. And lastly, if it's worth it or not, because let's be honest, these devices aren't the most affordable things on the planet. So make sure you watch the very end to get all of the tips and tricks. All right, so now let's start with the very basics. So in the rainbow spectrum right here, so when the light goes beyond the red light, that's when it becomes infrared. And when it goes beyond the violet color, that's when it becomes closer to the actual UV rays. So today we're going to be focusing on the lights that have been studied and have a lot more clinical trials behind it. And the first light is going to be the blue light. So blue light in general has shorter wavelengths ranging from 380 to 500 nanometers. And because of its shorter wavelengths, it's not able to penetrate deep into your skin. It kind of ends at the dermal level. And because of that, it is more effective for disinfecting your more of the surface level acne and bacteria. So it is less of that preventative kind of light, but more of one that can actually treat the ones that are already pre-existing on the surface of your skin. However, because it is kind of too close to the UV rays, that's why if you use blue light for an extended period of time, it can actually worsen some skin conditions such as melasma and hyperpigmentation, also cause some irritations in your eye, and at worst cause some eye burns as well. So that's something that we would have to be really careful about. Now we move on to the red light. So red light is something that is obviously a lot more studied and proven to work. And the wavelengths of the red light ranges from about 600 to 630 nanometers, and the wavelengths are much longer, which is why it can actually penetrate much deeper into the skin and even to the subcutaneous fat layers. Then when the range surpasses 800 nanometers, this is when it's called the near infrared rays, and it can actually penetrate much deeper into the skin, up to 12 millimeters into the skin. And that is why it is so effective at more of the skin regeneration purposes. So with infrared rays, there are so many proven skin benefits, such as increasing blood circulation, promoting more cell activity, preventing skin moisture loss, and also improving the overall elasticity of your skin. Because of all of these skin benefits, red light is something that is very commonly used by dermatologists to help with skin renewal purposes, as well as some of the more preventative purposes behind wrinkles. And typically the near infrared that we're talking about that goes beyond the 800 nanometers, it has no color. So it is typically used in combination with the infrared rays to have more of a symbiotic effect, and that's why it still emits that more of that red color. Right, so now that we've covered the basics of the blue light and the red light, people always ask me, is this safe to use? Are at-home LED devices safe to use? And my answer is it depends on the device, first of all, obviously, and second of all, on how you use it. And that's why I'm going to dive deeper into the best and most effective way to actually use this at home so that you can make the most out of it and make sure it is safe to use. Can you use blue light and red light together? The answer is you would have to be extremely careful, because when the blue light and the red light combines, it creates a pink light. But when we get exposed to pink light for too long, then you get the good effects of the red light, but also you are getting exposed to the adverse effects of blue light as well. So if you do decide to use blue light or pink light, I would suggest that you use it no more than 3, maximum 5 minutes on your skin. When can I see your results, right? So this is the age-old question where everyone just wants to see immediate results with dieting, skincare routines, everything in this fast-cultured life. And just like a skincare routine or a diet routine, beauty devices, you're not going to see overnight results with it. It's not going to clear your acne. It's not going to remove your wrinkles overnight, but it is something, just like your skincare routine, you have to be very continuous and persistent by using this. And you also have to set expectations right, because these LED beauty devices that you use at home aren't necessarily to, really prevent and fix your already existing wrinkles or prevent and fix your acne overnight. Use these devices not to necessarily treat your wrinkles, but more as a beauty device that can actually improve your already existing skin condition. So I strongly believe that if you use this mask on for a continuous time in a moderate amount of time, then you can really see the effects over time and it will be effective. So when in your skincare routine can you use your LED mask? So the best way to use it is actually on bare skin, because applying skincare can actually cause a reflection and scattering of the light that can actually make it less effective. But the main ingredients to not use before applying this is actually vitamin A, aka retinol, as well as vitamin C. The color of vitamin A and C can change when it comes to contact with the LED light, so I would advise you use these ingredients after your LED treatment. And along with that, it's also not great to use any kind of oils or too much serums and moisturizer on top of this, because think about it, you want the light penetration to be at its maximum. So if you have a lot of skincare on top of it, the light will not be able to really penetrate through your skin. So what I actually like to do is in my skincare routine, I apply a very hydrating toner and then I go in with a mask like this on top, because I don't want my skin to dry out, and just having like one light layer I feel like is plenty enough to go in with this treatment, and then I follow up with like my vitamin C, some of the other actives and acids. So now how often? So I tend to use this about 3 to 4 times a week, and per session I use it for 15, maximum 20 minutes, and I feel like just doing that on a consistent basis can make sure you see the effects of the LED mask. All right, so now you are convinced and you want to get an LED mask. So what do you have to look out for? So these are the 3 things that I look out for when I am purchasing an LED mask. The first one is the number of bulbs and lights it has. So obviously you want to make sure the mask has a lot of light bulbs necessarily in the mask so it can go through your skin. So you want the surface area to have, the maximum of light that it can have. Second criteria is the quality of the light. So this is obviously a lot more important than the number of lights. You want to make sure the quality of the bulbs in it is very sharp so it can actually penetrate through your skin. And lastly, the light waves and the wavelength. So the wavelength obviously varies by the color of the light that is in the mask, but when it comes to red LED light, I like to make sure that it has a combination of near infrared red as well as regular red, so that it has the maximum potency. Because if it's just regular red light, it's not going to be as effective, especially as an at-home device. You want to make sure it has some of that higher potency of the near infrared that ranges around 800 nanometers. All right, now let's actually get into talking about my favorite products for the LED line. So I've tried a couple of LED masks, and my favorite has to be this one from ECOFACE, and this one has 60 red ranging from 630 nanometers as well as 60 near infrared at 830 nanometers. So because of the combination of the red and infrared, it matches my standard, and studies have shown that it really helps to improve your skin roughness while also increasing the skin elasticity and skin moisture. So this one is special because it doesn't actually include any of the blue light and yellow light because of side effects that these kinds of lights can have on your skin. And the wavelength in this mask is designed to be very effective without causing any kind of irritation, especially the heat that can be caused by the LED. So it's actually very, very convenient. It has a little strap in the back that you can just adjust to your face, and easily you can walk around, do your chores. You don't have to necessarily be lying down while doing this. And it has its own little remote control that it's very, very portable, very easy to charge with an USB, and it has like times that you can adjust to, so 5, 10, 15, maximum 20 minutes per session. You can use this for longer because it is only red LED. What I realize the most is that it really helps prevent any kind of breakouts from occurring, even with mask knee, and especially I haven't really been getting mask knee lately, and also I've been seeing a lot more elasticity that I can visibly see on my cheeks area especially. So that's a benefit that I've been seeing with this, and I'm going to be continuously using this because I'm not going to be going to a spot to get like that LED light treatment anytime soon. And this is the Dr. Dennis Gross Face Pro. So this one has a combination of 100 red light as well as 62 blue lights. So the combination of both the blue, red, and near infrared makes this mask very, very powerful as well. This one is actually auto shuts off after 3 minutes. I like that functionality to make sure that you don't overuse the mask past 3 minutes when you're using the blue light. If you're going to use the red light, you can possibly use it for a little longer, but this is really like your quick 3-minute treatment either in the morning or nighttime. So if you're someone who actually suffers from a little bit more breakouts, surface level acne bacteria, then this might be a good option because it also has a blue light technology instead of just the red. But if you're like me and not getting too much acne, but kind of more want to treat the skin renewal and elasticity process, then I actually like the EcoFace one more because it's a very, very targeted towards that kind of skincare concern. So it really depends on what you're looking for in LED mask, but I do like both of these because they are, you know, treating your entire face as a whole versus some of the more targeted treatments. So one of them is like the Skin Ink Voyager light, and I've introduced this in my previous videos already, but the way this one works, this one has 5 different kinds of light, obviously the red, blue, and yellow, and the 2 combination lights, purple and orange. So the way you do this is, you know, you have to use a lot of serum on top of it, and then you kind of have to rub it around your face. And by doing that, you can also kind of like apparently sculpt your face. Personally, I haven't really seen that much of a sculpting effect by using this. And to be frank, like over the years, I really don't reach out for this at all because I've come into contact with some of the better masks that kind of, you know, target your entire face, and you have to move your hands and stuff. You just have to do this at your comfort of your home, and it's that easy. In terms of the red light, it's not as powerful as the other 2 devices that I mentioned earlier. The nanometers is limited to 625 nanometers. Same thing goes for the blue light as well. So if you want something that you can work with your serum and make your serums sink in deeper into your skin, for example, your vitamin C serum, then this is a good option because you shouldn't use vitamin C with the other 2 masks. And then the last one is the Solaris Lab LED Guasha. So this is like a very special Guasha. Very excited about this product when I first received it. So this is a 3-in-1. It has the lifting Guasha. It also has the heat option and the LED option with this one. But once again, I didn't personally love the heat functionality in this one. It just felt a little weird to me when I used it. The red LED is limited at 630 nanometers, so it is effective, but I really like it when I get the near infrared benefits in my LED treatment. When I really want to lift and sculpt my face, I'd rather just use a traditional Guasha at a fraction of the cost because I feel like this one is also from Solaris Lab. It's much more effective at like sculpting your face, kind of giving you that lymphatic drainage. That is the purpose of the Guasha versus this one. This one, it really isn't going to give you that kind of lymphatic drainage in my opinion. So if you're looking for, you know, face sculpting, then go in with your typical like Guasha or your Riva tools. And what I like to do is just go in leisurely with a, you know, big face mask like this. I can cover my entire face area. So all in all, like the big question is it worth it or not, right? So I think that if you can be consistent with it in your current lifestyle, find a way to fit it into your lifestyle, then absolutely, I think it is worth the price tag that some of these devices do have. Just make sure you do your research behind the kind of lights, the quality of the lights that they use, and make sure you actually use it the right way in your skincare routine. So this is not something that's going to expire. You can always use it continuously instead of having to go to like your spas and stuff. However, if you really do have a lot of skin troubles and a lot of, you know, just active acne, don't rely on these devices to really cure your acne. In that case, I would suggest you going to see a dermatologist and then get blue light from the dermatologist's office versus trying to treat that at home. This is purely a beauty device, not a medical device. All right, so I hope you guys found this LED light therapy video helpful. I'm going to be continuing talking about a lot of beauty devices out there, so make sure to subscribe to my channel here below and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Glow with Ava. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next.